what we're going to do today is we are going to build a roller coaster. So Ms. Nelson says you guys know a little bit about kinetic and potential energy. Can anybody, by raising your hand, tell me anything you know about kinetic or potential energy? Go.
Potential energy is when it's not actually moving, but it's like the potential to move, you know?
Yeah, correct. So does height have anything to do with potential energy?
Yes.
Yes, it does. So potential energy, is it greater, higher, or greater, lower? Potential energy, higher up in the sky, higher up in the sky. Ooh, who knows about kinetic energy? Yeah.
Kinetic energy is when something is moving, so it's greater when it's lower.
Right, very good. Man, Ms. Nelson, she did a good job. So we know that kinetic energy is energy of motion and potential energy is energy of position. All right, so you have been commissioned to design the fastest roller coaster. So I'm going to show you the actual fastest roller coaster in the world. If it,
Is it Cedar Point, right?
Father knows about saving
so I'm
money.
going to ask the questions
Everything I'm
as
wearing,
it
I've
plays.
had since
So make sure you pay attention.
All right, guys, here we are on Formula Rossa at Ferrari World Abu Dhabi. This is the world's fastest roller coaster. 0 to 149 miles an hour in 4.9 seconds.
Ooh,
Watch what
how
this
fast
race
does it
car
go?
does to my face. All right, guys, are you ready? Because here we
149 miles an hour. How fast does it get to from 0 to 149? 4 seconds. Who wants to ride this roller coaster? Me too. Where is it located? Raise your hand, raise your hand. Yes. Dubai, yeah, Abu Dhabi, yeah. Now listen, there's another question I'm going to ask you in just a second. Did you hear how fast they're still going? Yeah, 80 miles an hour. 80 miles an hour. Does it look like they're going 80 miles an hour? It does not. Okay, so we can stop that. That is a fast roller coaster. How many of you have ridden Goliath? Okay. Do you think Goliath goes 149 miles an hour? What about 80? No. No. All right, so you have a handout. We're going to get tickets for the handouts. Everybody see the handout. Someone at each team decides who wants to ride. We're supposed to do roll, but yesterday we ran out of time, so we're just going to go quick. Everybody see the handout. So here's for a ticket. Where on the roller coaster will the marble have the most potential energy? Yes.
That'll be at the peak of our
At the peak or the top? Where is it going to have the most kinetic energy?
Alright. Or let's go on the fastest.
Yes. Is that at the top or at the bottom?
The bottom.
At the bottom. Make sure y'all write that down. Predict what happens to the speed when you increase the height of the roller coaster. If we make it taller, taller, taller. Yes.
It goes faster
It goes faster. Why would it go faster?
because more.
It has more kinetic energy, but let's make it make sense for height. We gave it more what? Starts with an E. What kind of energy did we give it? Yeah, we gave it more potential energy because we made it higher. We gave it more potential energy because we made it higher. Two marbles have different masses, but if I stand here and release them, do they have different speeds or the same speed? Ooh, that's such a good guess. And I give it for either one, but they actually, if nothing is going against them, what do they have? The same speed. Gravity's limiting out. Good job. And the last one, what force can cause a marble to slow down? And this is important because you're fixing to build. There's 3 forces that I can think of right off the top of my head. What's one of them? Friction. So feel these real quick. Feel them. You think they're totally smooth, or you think there's like little things in there that's gonna? Yeah, probably there's little things in there. Over here, what's something else? Air resistance. Man, if you're going 149 miles an hour, do you think there's a little bit of air? Ooh, there's another video that I didn't show where somebody is pointing to themselves as they go from 0 to 49 in 40 seconds, and in 4 seconds, and their face is like this, right? That's a lot of air resistance. One more. pay attention to anything I said. I have the answers on the board. So 1, 2, 3, and whoops, I went the wrong way. Still going the wrong way. Even though, whoops, because you know why. And there they are. I put a lot of words on the board. What's the magic word?
The ones in yellow.
The ones in yellow. Did we talk about those magic words? I think we did. Did we say more potential energy at the highest, more kinetic energy at the lowest? Yep, I think we did. Yep, same speed because we have no big anything. All good? Everybody feel confident in what you have? All right. So on your table there are 3 long track pieces. You have been commissioned to build a roller coaster using all 3. You have to use all 3. Now, yesterday they had a lot of fun trying to build a roller coaster. But the object of the game is to build it and then have the fastest one, because that's the team that gets the candy. So you want to spend time on figuring out how to make the roller coaster with my specifications, but then you want to have a little bit of time to practice so it can be the fastest. Yesterday the fastest one was 2.33 seconds. That's pretty fast. Okay? So your goal is to go better than that, but it's still going to be the best in the class. All right, so what are the qualifications? What do I want you to do? Well, your requirements for the roller coaster is you have to have 2 hills and a loop, and you get bonus points if you have a corkscrew. But you got to have 2 hills and a loop.
Can the corkscrew be the loop?
And the what? What's this one?
Can the corkscrew be the loop?
Can you do a loop corkscrew? Show me, and I'll say yes or no. That's a good thing. She's trying to spin the wheel and make it faster. All right. Where can you go? You are at your table, so you can go on top of the shelf. You can start at the table. You can use your chairs. You can use your books. You just cannot use each other. You cannot be the holder of the roller coaster. And the last thing I want to talk about, and then I'm going to let you rock and roll, is this. If you take a loop and you have it like this, like here's my loop, and your loop doesn't have to be large, it just has to be a loop. But I leave it here and it's not hooked up to anything, it's just like this. As the marble goes around, your track is going to shake. That's why if you notice a roller coaster, like if I notice that roller coaster, it has a lot of stability. You see those big beams that are coming from the roller coaster to the ground. And if you look at roller coasters, there's a lot of them. Because energy can be transferred, right? So kinetic energy, leave them alone for a second. Don't stop hitting my board back there. So if you have a lot of this, your kinetic energy leaves the marble and goes to where? The track, right? It goes to the track. But do you want the marble to lose any of the kinetic energy? No. Because what happens as it transfers that kinetic energy, it slows down, right? Because we know energy cannot be created or destroyed, it can only be changed from one form to another. Right. So you want that kinetic energy that the marble is being given from potential energy to stay with the marble and not to be given off to the track. That's why they use a lot of those stabilizing forces. So use your chairs, use your books, I don't know, use the wet wipe, whatever. All right, ready, set, go! Ooh, that was smooth. That went really well. Good design, guys. Good design.
Yeah, we got a design.
That actually went really well.
Oh, wow. We got a ticket?
Ticket, yes you do. That was a good design.
Thank you.
That was a smooth ride. But you're smart. You got a lot of stabilizing factors.
Yes.
You got it. Good design. All right. Are we gonna watch yours roll again? You're not ready.
We're adding more tape.
Adding more tape. Tape is our friend. All right, guys. Let's see what you got so far. All right, guys. How's your design coming?
Trying to knock it off once it's down the table, and then do a loop, and then go down to the other table,
So you're gonna go all the way to the floor?
or the other table.
Or the other table? All right, girls, do y'all have anything you want to add?
No, that's pretty much trying to go all the way to the door.
Okay, the goal is to go fast and not kill your passenger, right? So, girls, what's your design plan?
Speed.
Yeah, okay. So, are you going to do hill, loop, hill, loop, loop, hill, loop, hill, hill, loop? What are you going to do?
Hill, loop, and then we're gonna do another hill. Yeah.
Okay. All right, y'all gonna try it one time?
We're trying with the egg.
We're trying with me.
Testing our jump. I need to redo the jump.
All right, try it one time.
I think the jump is too.
I think it's too.
Ooh, that was smooth. That went really well. Got good design, guys. Good design.
Yeah, we gotta do something.
That actually went.